everyone. Today's writing task 2 topic is some people think increasing business and cultural contact between nations is positive. So means we are talking about globalization. So people meet each other, they open their business in different countries according to their interest. So this is the opinion of one-sided group, and there is second group also in the question. So others think it leads to the disappearance of the national identity. So means the national identity of particular country in which the new businesses are being opened. So that national identity is somehow facing some sort of disappearance, means the culture is getting faded. So there are two groups in the question, and what they want us to write: discuss both views and state your own choice. Why it's both views? Means we have two groups, so we have to discuss both type of groups. In BP1 we can talk about the first group, means those people who are in favor of this trend, and in BP2 we can talk about other type of people who are against this, and they are very much aware, very much careful about their local nature. So those people we can discuss in the second paragraph. So here in the introduction, first of all, what it is a debate. So when we will want to paraphrase it, we have to paraphrase it in the form of debate. Why? Because it's not a trend. They are not saying that something is already happening and we want to just mention the negative and positive sides of that. They want our opinion regarding something should be done or not. So we have to paraphrase it in the form of debate. For example, we can say the debate is going on whether cultural contact or whether the trend of globalization is needed to be promoted, or some sort of restriction is required to be applied on this trend. So we will discuss both sides, and after that we will make our opinion. So in the BP1, as in the BP1 we always talk about the first group. So first group is in the favor of it. So means those people are talking and taking this trend in a positive way. So means whatever the points we are going to mention in BP1, they will be positive in nature. The first point is establishment of international organizations leads to boost in financial graph. So the word international we can utilize by either writing global or worldwide or universal organizations. So it's obvious when new companies are being opened in the nation and the nature of those companies is international. So we have approach at global stage. What it leads to? If we are approaching globally, means we have more customers in terms of sales of product. The more the product would be sold, in that case there would be boost in financial graph. More customers means more finances. So this is the first point. So establishment is actually the main reason we are talking about, and boost in financial graph is the supporting statement, means we are using this supporting statement to extend it. And the second point in the favor of this trend is inter-exchange of cultural knowledge. Obviously, when we are opening the companies in new nation, the culture of that nation is completely different, especially those companies which are being opened in particular nation. So it means the inter-exchange of cultural knowledge is possible to be done, and it is happening in a positive way also. Why? Because people understand each other and create positive surroundings. So why it is related to the peaceful and positive surroundings? So once people are able to understand what are the different type of rituals and the customs involved in different type of cultures, it's possible for them to understand the value of it and to be familiar with the roots of it, instead of criticizing and having a narrow-minded approach. So means we are here talking about the cultural diversity that is happening, they are getting familiar to. So because of the cultural diversity, peaceful surrounding is possible to be made. Chances of world war automatically gets declined, or we can say it leads to less conflicts in future. There are some words also you can use, we will talk about this later. So in BP2 we have to talk about the other group, and other group is against this type of globalization and opening new companies in different country. So we have to talk in a negative way. So the first negative point is popularity of international products declines the demand of local items. For example, we see in India there are lots of Chinese products. We buy those products, and because of that less people are interested in the Indian culture and Indian products that are being made by people who are living authentically or in a particular nation since their birth. So means those products which are local in nature, they are not quite fascinated for people to attract in terms of their maybe look or maybe their price. It can be any reason, but here we are only talking about that the demand of it is getting declined because the international products are getting more popularity, so people are only buying the worldwide products instead of their local products. So what would happen when the sale of local products is declining? In that case, the local businesses suffer. So we can say this is a supporting statement of the same point. The local businesses suffer because of less sales, and the small merchandises, small people who have their small businesses, they are facing decline in finances. So they are somehow entering in under the poverty line. They are becoming poverty stricken in nature. Poverty stricken means they are becoming poor in nature. So the second negative point we can talk about is, this is the second point we want to highlight. Fascination means curiosity. So we can say influence of Western nature means less fascination of citizens for traditional rituals. So we know that if we want to be familiar about our local culture, the first thing that is required to be there is particular curiosity to be familiar with. If that fascination, that curiosity is completely absent, so new generation people will not even show any sort of interest to be familiar how their bygone people used to live their lifestyle. So there is no interest among them, means the knowledge is not getting passed from one to next generation. So because of it, cultures are vanished. So means there are no chances that we are able to handle these cultures, cultural knowledge, and to pass it to the next generation. So BP2 we are talking in a negative way, that why this trend is negative. And BP3, it depends on the personal opinion. We can describe it as our personal opinion. So here I have described it. Businesses and cultural contact should be promoted, and cultural diversity can be maintained by organizing seminars, functions, etc. So what I want to say, that the diplomatic approach is needed to be promoted, because we also want the financial support by promoting these international businesses. But side by side, if we really want to have that authentic nature in our country to promote the cultural diversity, then why not to promote it by having some seminars and some cultural functions in schools or some colleges. So this you can also write in the form of conclusion as well, but if you are writing this paragraph as a conclusion, in that case you can give one example in both paragraphs, BP1 and BP2. If you are not writing examples in BP1 and BP2, in that case here you can mention the example along with your personal opinion, and then we can write the conclusion, and conclusion would be just a restate of same opinion. So we can say both culture and the cultural diversity as well as the international businesses should be promoted wisely. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you.